Polar ice caps, another major concern. Huge chunks of Antarctica have been cleaving off and then and floating away. But to me, the most serious one is going to be the loss of the North Polar ice cap, because they predict that next summer will be the first summer in thousands of years that the Arctic has been ice-free, so that you can sail back and forth to Europe very easily. I think the Norwegians and the Germans will go across this summer to show that you can be done. So we can have that Northwest Passage that everyone was hunting for. This also opens up a whole new oil field for the Russians. And there's a controversy now among the United States, Russia, and Canada as to who has control over the resources of the Arctic, because now the water is free and they can get to it. Sea level rise. We're sitting here next to the sea, and will it affect us? It's going up. The sea has been going up steadily for at least the last 100 years. It's going up at the rate of about 3 millimeters per year. There was a person here last week, I believe, from some college, University of Maine perhaps, who said it's about twice that. And I don't quite buy that. It seems rather scare tactics. But it's enough to know that it's steadily going up. And we are starting to see effects along the Florida coast. We are losing our coastal palms between here and Cedar Key. They're all dying because salt water is now coming in. Projections. This is looking at the relative height. Red indicates the danger zone. There are two major danger zones in the United States. The most obvious one is around New Orleans in southern Louisiana. The danger zone there is not only is the sea level rise, but the land is going away. The land is major erosion of land as a result of oil exploration and building of canals, so that the whole delta is receding rather than growing, and therefore New Orleans is going to get hit again no matter how good the dikes are. Here in Florida, we're safe. When I bought my house along the Hillsborough River, they said, well, sir, your flood insurance will be $42,000 a year. I said, I beg your pardon? They said, well, you're just south of Fowler. They said, you happen to be 17 feet below the 100-year floodplain. I said, I don't think so, because I got pine trees sitting here. And it turns out it was a mistake. It cost me $400 a year. But I won't live long enough to have that $42,000 bill, I hope. The point is, South Florida is in danger. Oh, wait a minute. Look where it is, where we've already got right along the coast, where we already have these saltwater intrusion. We now have sea level rise, so it's going to be coming even higher. It's going to push farther and farther inland. Where are they going to get the water for South Florida? Lake Okeechobee is going to end up being a reservoir, and it's really in the plan now. So what they're talking about, restoration of Lake Okeechobee and the Everglades, is really to make sure that there's going to be a water supply for South Florida. Some of the national predictions is what will happen for Florida. Increased wildfires, coastal flooding around the bay, and especially in South Florida. The coral reefs will die, they're already dying. Human health effects. What kind of human health effects can it be? It was just sea level rise. It's what's coming behind the sea level rise that's the problem. I'll get to that in a minute. Climate change and agriculture. Anywhere from longer growing seasons the farther north you go, so Minnesota might actually raise pineapples, whereas here in Florida we may run out with, we're not able to have anything in some of the drier parts of the state. So it could be both bad and good. And here's where the projections are stalling. They're not coming up with a very good projection as to what will be the agricultural impact of climate change, even here in Florida. So we do have something like this. Areas of Africa are going to be decreasing, especially that area, I don't have a pointer, but that area in West Africa that's red, that band, that's one of the most interesting bands that there is, because you know what comes off this, during the summer, what comes off of those areas? Hurricanes. And that is the area of the Sahel. And the Sahel is moving south at the rate of at least 2 miles a year. Climate is changing in that area. Right now, our hurricanes that come in, especially in the Cape Verde season, are coming off right at where that red meets the coast. So there could be changes there. Parts of Africa with the red are going to lose agricultural production, and parts are going to actually increase in agricultural production. On a worldwide basis, again, the United States is projected, southern United States is predicted to have up to a 50% decrease in agricultural production. The Middle East, they have no water to begin with, and they have a decline of agricultural production. I was hoping this would be a midge, because that's what I've spent my life doing. They have furry antennae, so I got a mosquito here. By the way, that mosquito that is on here is a tiger mosquito, which came over in a bunch of old tires from the Orient and is now breeding all over Florida, and it can carry malaria. Pathways by which humans can be affected by climate change in health would be the exposure, regional temperature extremes, contamination pathways, and overall health effects. Vectors is what I would like to talk about this evening. It's estimated that, we're at the greatest number of deaths. Oh, we're safe. Look at Africa. Look at the Mideast. Areas that are currently the poorest of the world are under major strife, are going to be the most affected by climate change. Climate change and malaria. The red indicates where malaria is likely to spread in the next 80 years, the next 50 years rather. Florida, look again, Greece, Middle East. Areas that we used to have malaria, but it was eradicated. It's coming back, folks. Dengue fever is the one that I worry about the most, especially phase 3. Here in the southern United States, we're very likely to be. In fact, I've even heard from some sources recently that dengue is now in the Miami area. I know it's in Cuba. So dengue, there are 3 stages, and the 3rd stage, you're dead, spread by mosquitoes. I'm just a